Hello! In this video I'm going to be doing an example problem of determining empirical formulas given the percent composition. Whenever you have percent composition and you are trying to find the empirical formula, you need to, well, you don't need to, but I would assume 100 grams. You can really assume any amount of grams that you have, but 100 is the easiest. Because if you take 52.7% of 100, that's 52.7. So I got 52.7 grams of potassium, and I'm looking for the empirical formula, which is the lowest whole number mole ratio. 47.3% of chlorine is 47.3 grams of chlorine, and it's the lowest whole number mole ratio, which means we need to convert to moles. When in doubt, mole it out. So I'm going to multiply by 1 mole and divide by the molar mass of potassium. In order to do that, we need to have our periodic table handy. And then when we look at potassium, so I know it's really small, let me just zoom that in. Looks like it's 39.0. Alright. 39 point, rounded up to 0.1, 1 decimal place. Alright, so I think I have my calculator. It's like every chemistry student should have their calculator. Take 52.7 times 1 divided by 39.1. Gives me 1.35. I'm going to round it to 3 sig figs because that's how many sig figs I started with. So it's 1.35, 7 rounds up to a 5. And that's moles of potassium. I'm then going to convert my grams of chlorine to moles. For every 1 mole I have 35.5 grams of chlorine. And I know that by looking at the atomic mass on my periodic table. Alright, 47.3 divided by 35.5 gives me 1.33 moles. Again, I round to 3 sig figs because that's how many sig figs I started with, and that's a chlorine. Alright, so now I have moles, but an empirical formula is the lowest whole number mole ratio. So in order to get the lowest whole number, I got to pick my lowest answer and divide both my answers by that number. Alright, so it looks like 1.33 is my lowest answer. So it's a little bit lower than 1.35. So I'm going to divide both of my two answers by 1.33. And that gives me 1 chlorine. And then, well, 1.35 divided by 1.33 is virtually going to be 1, like 1.01. When it's so close to 1, just round it to 1. So I have a 1-to-1 ratio. What this is saying is, for every 1 potassium, I'm going to have 1 chlorine. So my empirical formula, in this case, is KCl. And that is how you find an empirical formula given the percent composition.